Welcome back to another No Offsides Weekly Update. I'm here to update you on roller events that happened over the weekend. Today, there's not much to talk about, but PIHA finals in Colorado Springs and NCRHA starts tomorrow for championship. Let's roll into it. Now, to start with PIHA, let's start with a minor division. Now, there was a little bit of drama early on in the minor division in round robin play. You have the Mach 1 Mustaches, which there is even more drama with that team that is out of their control. And so we will talk about that afterwards. Now, you have the Mach 1 Mustaches. And so they're playing the Apex Tidal Wave Mops. And so a lot of stuff happened, and the Mops go on to win this game. Well, during the game, because they're called the Mustaches, Mops decide to do the mustache in the middle of the game after start to take a pretty decent lead. Well, Mustache were able to get the last laugh when they knocked them out of the playoffs. And if you want to check out all their pictures and memes, go to their social media. It's pretty funny. But it's crazy because Mach 1 goes on to the finals, right? They have to go through adversity. I mean, there's nothing like going and renting a car and being with your team, and then your rental car gets smashed into, and two bags of hockey equipment just gets stolen right out of your car. So to say the least, they didn't look very good in their first game, but end up in the finals, and they go on to play the Empire State Legends Black, and the Legends Black end up sweeping the Mach 1 Mustaches 2-0 in the best of 3 series. And so, in game 1, you have a 9-4 victory, the Legends over Mach 1. In game 2, you have a 5-2 victory of the Legends over Mach 1 Mustache. So the Empire State Legends Black were the team to beat in this division. At first it looked like, it was the Legends and it was Mops. And then the Legends took care of the Mops. And then they never looked back. Yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time this weekend watching some roller hockey. And if I wasn't watching it, it was on my TV all day. I was in and out. And if I wasn't watching the TV, I at least had the games playing on my phone, listening to them. So to say the least, I'm not sorry. But, 3 stars of this series were, I think, PIHA put that as Matthew Ferrari, Bailey Sparacchio, and Tyler Eifus, or Rafici. Rafici? I don't know. Even the announcers were discussing on how to announce it. So, moving over to the semi-pro, this division was very exciting. It looked like... Give me 1 second. It looked like... I'm drawing a blank here. Propel MG was going to go on, and they looked really good to start. They went on and Propel MG went on and played. The Mops were looking pretty good from the southeast, and then you had the Snipers in Arizona. You had this started off looking a little lopsided, but then Yotes end up dropping a game in round robin. You have the Legends. They drop a game. And so now we're going into playoffs, and it's not 100% sure now who's going to kind of come out with this. Propel MG gets knocked out. You have now in the finals, you have the Yotes, Arizona Yotes versus the Empire State Legends. So now, looks like they're building a decent program there. for in the Empire State, because now you have two teams that make the finals. But in semi-pro, it's the Arizona Yotes, right? So Yotes win 2-0. And so, you have, let me look at my notes here. I'm confused on my notes here. Sorry. Yeah. I'm drawing a blank here. But you have Yotes win game one. Legends are on their heels. Game two, it's not even close. Game two, you have the Yotes winning 7-2. Their team played well all weekend, right? And so, congrats to the Arizona Yotes on winning semi-pro. You can't get enough of those gold buckets. They're sweet. But moving over to the main event, you have the Suffolk Sting taking on the Naples Lobata Chaos. Now, the Sting are looking for 8 championships in 9 years. And you have the new squad, the Naples Lobata Chaos, coming in. Except the Chaos don't have Chavo. But at first, the Chaos win game one 6-5 in this best of 7. What a game, right? So, you have, it's back and forth through the first period. Sting are winning by 1, and then the Chaos tied up with 3 seconds left. We go in the second period. Chaos come out, score 2 goals towards the beginning of the period. Then the Sting score 1, Lobata score 1, Sting score 1 with 2 minutes left, and then the Chaos hold on, and that's game 1. Right? I mean, you got a few penalties here, but the Sting outshoot Chaos 24-17. Not to say the Chaos looked bad, but the Sting were buzzing all series. And as we move through this series, by the end, the Chaos players start to seem looking like they're injured. Several players just looking like they're playing hurt. So I think that's, we'll just move on. Now in game 2, another nail biter, right? When I said this, I did predict this series in 6 games. I did have the Sting winning. Does Chavo turn the tides? I don't know. But the Chaos opened the scoring in the first period. We end period number 1 in game 2, 1-1. Sting come out right at the beginning, close to a couple minutes in, put a puck in the net, and then they score another one later on in the period. Chaos try and come back with 2 minutes left, unable to do it. Sting win 3-2. Shots are set in this game to be 27-19. I'm not sure how accurate that is because the stats are a little wonky on the website for this one. But moving over to game 3. So we're moving into day 2. So moving into Saturday. And this one, not many shots in the first period. 5 aside. The Sting are outshot in this game 19-13. Right? And period 1, 1-1. In that period, you have Tyler Kraft, PJ DiMartino. With 58 seconds left in the second period, Scooter Vaughn puts home the game winner. Right? So, now the Chaos are up 2-1. Well, let's go on to let's go up to game 4. Another nail biter. Now, I did also say these were going to be some pretty close games. So we're on the last game of day 2, and this one goes to overtime. Right? Going to overtime, Sting outshoot the Chaos 16-15. It takes one shot to end this game. Start the first period, it's all Sting. 2-0 by the end of the first. You have PJ DiMartino scoring. You have Max Halverson scoring. Well, turns around, second period, it's chaos. It's chaos and good goaltending. And this series had some great goaltending. Even in the losses, I mean, close games, you're talking some really nice goals. Right? And so, come out, chaos. A couple minutes into the period, Vinny Cafone scores. A minute later, Derek Schultz scores. And so now we're tied. We go to overtime. Peyton Baldiaz with the game winner. All right. So this game had, a few penalties in there. No power play goals. And Chaos are pretty good with power play, and it did not really strike a lot, especially towards the end of the series. Day 3. We start off game 5. Sting are on the brink of elimination and losing the championship. Well, Billy Pascali says, hell no. Right? So, in game 5, the Sting outshoot the Chaos 27-23. Billy Pascali opens scoring, like 5 minutes left in the first period. Brett Jackson scores. Sting now up 2-0. But Chaos strike back real quick with a goal by Scooter Vaughn. And then right before that period ends, you have Talcraft put another one in. And the first period, 2-2. Now, here comes the Billy Pascali in the PJ DiMartino show. Except PJ's goals are empty netters. We're not taking that away from him. Right? So you have a power play goal, the second of the game by the Sting. Billy Pascali scores, right? He then scores another even strength goal. So now it's 4-2. It's kind of slipping away. Chaos are like, well, we got to pull the goalie. They pull with like 2.5, 3 minutes left. PJ puts the puck in the net from the distance. Then again, with 8 seconds left in the game, PJ puts another one in. Good old stat pack in there. This game was filled with some holding and hooking minors, but Suffolk Sting wins 6-2. Now the series is 3-2. Oh, moving along to game 6. This one is not close. Good goaltending on both sides. But in day 3, the Suffolk Sting's goaltenders stood on their heads. I mean, you cannot. It is. Some of the saves they were making are pretty crazy. But game 6, we have Sting winning 7-0. They outshot the Chaos 22-13. At this point, this game, was 3-4-0, and the Chaos were pretty much like, well, let's be honest here. You pull the goalie with 4 minutes left in the game, it's 3-0. And the Sting score. And then it's kind of like, well, it's 4-0. Let's conserve our energy. There's one more game to play. And then the Sting pile on the goals, 3 more, right? I mean, PJ has a hat trick. Max Halverson has another one. Favalera has a goal, and Dan Healy has a goal, as well as Brett Jackson, right? So, I mean, this one just looks ugly, but if you look at it, it kind of was just like the cast were like, get us out of this game. We don't want any part of this. We don't want to really use any more energy in this game. And it's not even the goaltender's fault because, like I said, it just kind of they score the empty netter to go up 4-0, and the Chaos are just looking forward to the next game. Let's just say that. Game 7. Game 6 starts a trend. The Chaos can no longer score. Goaltending, magnificent for the Sting. Goaltending for the Chaos is great, but there's no goal support. All right, and so the one thing about this game is it's all Sting. They outshoot the Chaos 19-8. Right, and so you have PJ netting 2 goals, and the scoring didn't start until the second period. So this is a tight first period, very little shots, 4 shots for Sting, 5 shots for Chaos, and then the Sting just take over. Right, like I said, it looked like players were playing injured, people like holding on to their ribs, people wincing. I mean, the announcer were just picking them apart on like, he looks hurt. He looks hurt. I mean, I applaud them for playing through it, but the injuries, I think, got the best of them. And so, I mean, also you look at, there's a reason why the Sting are there every year, because they're just a solid team. They play well together. You have PJ, Max, you have Billy Pascali. The goaltending is just another one where both teams rotated their goalies. They just flip-flopped every other game, right? So, I mean, Steve Brandy, fantastic seventh game, game 7, I should say, but played great all series. Daniel Parapesco, I mean, played amazing all series. And then on the Chaos side, you have Anthony Petrico and Patrick Puglisi. I mean, both of them played well. I mean, yes, Petrico had 1 game, but at the same time, it's like the whole team gave up. And yeah, I mean, sure, you have 6 goals that go on your stat line, but it doesn't tell the story that needs to be told. So, yeah, I mean, this series was exciting. It was close. It was physical. And I think, if you ever watch PJ play, that always benefits him. So congrats to the Suffolk Sting. Now, one last update before I let you guys go. Starting tomorrow, Wednesday, April 2nd, NCRHA championships. You can watch them all starting at, I think, at like 8 a.m. Let me double check here so I can give you that right. 7 a.m. Eastern time. Happening in Fort Myers, Florida. So wake up, and I think it's a day that you don't work very hard and you watch a lot of hockey. So 7 a.m., you can watch all the games on NCRHA.tv. It's on the Team One Sports app. So I appreciate everyone who watches or listens to the weekly update. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to No Offsides. We have a good episode coming on up in a couple weeks. Make sure you check it out. Be sure to listen or watch when we release our next episode. I'm Dan Dean. I appreciate you all. Peace out.